Hi, tutor. So I have a question is the line segment between the points -4 and -5 and 8, 7, which is the diameter of the circle, and I have to find the equation of the circle based on those 2 points. Could you help me?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Annie. Yeah, let's work on this question. So we're trying to find the equation of a circle. You might remember the typical equation for a circle is x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. What this
Mhm.
means is that if you plug in any x and y coordinate that is on that circle, you square them, it'll equal r squared. And r is the radius of that circle. But you'll notice quickly, if you just think about these 2 points, if you plug those in, they're not going to give you the same r squared. So for example,
Mhm.
if I do 4 squared plus -5 squared, that gives us 41. So r squared is equal to 41, or r is the square root of 41, whatever number that gives us. But 8 squared plus 7 squared, this is going to be much bigger. Yeah, 113.
Yeah.
So at first that seems a little weird. Maybe these 2 points aren't on the circle, but let's draw this out. It's always helpful to draw a diagram to help you solve a problem. So I've got my x and y axis. That's supposed to be a y. There we go. So x is equal to 4, y is equal to -5, and then x is equal to 7, and y is equal to 8. That's going to be somewhere up here.
Uh, shouldn't that be y is equal to 8 and then so x is equal to 8, y is equal
Yeah,
to
that's
7.
right. Great catch, Annie. So the first point down here was x equal to 4, y is equal to -5. And then, yeah, this one here, x is equal to 8, thank you, and y is equal to 7.
Mhm.
So these are 2 points that are on the circle, and this line forms a diameter. So a diameter basically crosses the entire circle. So if I try to draw a circle, I get something that looks like that. Let's move this over. Whoops. So a diameter has to go through the center of the circle. I'm gonna kind of balance it something like that.
Mhm.
You'll notice that the center of the circle actually isn't at the origin. So that's why this original equation wasn't working for us.
Mm.
We've got to make a little bit of a change to help accommodate this equation because it's
Mhm.
kind of moved. You can think of it as
Yes.
like shifting right, left, up, and down.
Mhm.
So the center of this circle is not at the origin.
So
So
what would be
we'll,
the equation I would need to use?
yeah. So the equation, we're going to write it as, let's do x minus r squared plus y minus, let's use variable s. I don't like using r. Let's use k because we have an r squared over here.
Mhm.
So we'll use this equation, which is really similar, except that the point ks is going to represent the center of the circle. So somewhere over here, we have k and s.
Mhm. Yes.
So the first step we'll do is we'll try to find k and s, which are the x and y coordinates of the center of the circle. And then we'll try to find r and plug that all in to get our equation.
Mhm.
So to find the center of the circle, we know that these 2 points form the diameter. So the center or the midpoint of that line segment is going to go right through the center of the circle. So K and S are going to be equal to our midpoint formula. Midpoint formula is the sum of the x coordinates of the 2 points divided by 2. So basically the average. And same thing with the y coordinates, where x1, y1 is 1 point, and x1, y1 is 1 point, and x2, y2 is another. So we'll plug this in. For the first point, we can use 4 and -5. So we'll plug in the 4 and the -5. And for the second one, we have x is equal to 8, y is equal to 7. So we'll solve this by adding the numerators. 4 plus 8 is 12, divided by 2 is 6. And -5 plus 7 is 2, divided by 2 is 1. So the center of our circle, KS, is equal to 6, 1. The K value, which represents the X, is equal to 6. And the Y value for S is equal to 1. So far, so good?
Yep, so far so good.
Awesome. So I'm going to plug these in. So I'm just substituting K and S up here in the equation. Y minus 1 squared is equal to R squared. So now we just have one more variable that's missing, which is R.
Yes.
And we can leave X and Y because those are going to represent different points. But to get the equation of the circle, we're going to need to find this R squared. In order to do that, we're going to plug in one of the points. Doesn't matter which one, you can do any of them, because they will both of those points will satisfy this equation. So I'll pick the first point, which was x is equal to 4 and y is equal to -5. So I'll plug in the 4 and the -5. Is equal to R squared. And 4 minus 6 is -2. We'll have to square it. -5 minus 1 is -6. We'll square that. And that will give us R squared. -2 squared. Remember, if you have a negative squared, it becomes positive. That's a +4. And this one will be a +36. Add those together. And 40 is equal to R squared. If we wanted to find R, we could take it as the positive square root of 40. But really, we can just plug in R squared into this equation up here. Copy that. I'm going to replace R squared with 40. And this will give us the equation of the circle that has the diameter at the 2 points. Do you have any other questions?
I want to know, why do we remove this? Oh, actually, okay, wait, never mind. I think it makes sense. I was just wondering, why do we remove the square?
The square? Yeah.
Yes.
So when we were solving up here, we ended up with 40 is equal to R squared. And because R squared was in the equation over here, you can just replace it directly. So you can substitute R squared for 40. Another way you could write this, keep this part the same. And then if you have R squared, well, R is the square root of 40. And you're going to square it. So a square root and a square kind of cancel out, and you're just left with R squared is equal to 40.
Yes.
So yeah, these are actually the exact same equation.
Got it.
Cool. Anything else I can help you with for this one?
Yeah. So I was wondering, if I was to, because for this second part, finding r, we only use the 4 and -5 point. If I was to use the 7 and 8 point, would it give me the same answer?
Absolutely. So if you were to start up here with this equation and plug in the values for 7 and 8, you'll end up with the exact same answer.
Okay, thank you.
Very welcome.
I think that's good.
All good? Yeah. So, okay, so if it was 7, I was trying to do the math in my head, but I wasn't fast enough. 7 minus 6 is 1
Okay.
squared, and then 8, that gives you 7. Is that right? 7. I guess we should make sure I do these correct before we post them. X is equal to 8. I keep making that mistake. X is equal to 8. So 8 minus 6 is 2 squared, and 7 minus 1 is 6. So you end up, yeah, you end up with the exact same numbers actually, 4 and 36. Yeah. Okay. I did not lie to you.